What is up, everybody? Scape211 here, and oh my gosh, we are at 4,000 subscribers. Guys, I can't thank you enough for being a part of my little channel, being a part of this community. I mean, it's really cool how everybody comes together to play this game, and I think it's about time that I do a little Q&A. And as you probably saw in my community post, I asked you guys to let me know some questions you had for me, so we're gonna get into all that. I'm probably gonna cover about 20-ish questions in that area, so yeah, let's get into it. Here we go. What is your favorite mech? I think this comes as really no surprise to anyone. My favorite is Panther. Yeah, I mean, I use him in just about every game. I think he's the first one that I made a dual copy of. I just really enjoy long-range combat, and yeah, you can do that with a lot of mechs, but I love doing that with the Stasis Beam on Panther. It just really fits with it. Love the Thanos build, and he's just also really versatile in a lot of other areas, but definitely Panther is numero uno for me. Next question. How long have you been playing Mech Arena? Yeah, I don't know the exact date as to when I started, but if I go back and I look at my oldest video, it was posted on August 16th, 2019. So guys, I've been playing this game, you know, I was probably a little bit older than that when I started. I don't know exactly when, but probably almost 2 years, getting close to that mark. But yeah, somewhere around there, I would guess. All right, next question. When will you do a face reveal? I think I could do one right now. All right, next question. All right, just kidding. Yeah, guys, face reveal now, and as you can see, I have some gear and set up the way I have wanted to do. You know, sorry it took so long to do this, but now is a good time to do it, and hopefully we'll get to use this more for some of my videos. I definitely want to use it on my lives. I don't know if I'll use it on some of my other videos, because sometimes I record on my phone when I'm out and about, and I don't really have this set up everywhere that I go, but I plan to do more videos with my face, so I hope you enjoy my mug, because you'll probably be seeing more of it. All right. Next question. What is your real name and age? If you have DM'd me or you were in the last live, you probably already know these, but my name is Nick and I am 38 years old. I try not to give too much more information than that because here in the States, we try to be careful of identity theft. And since this is going to be, you know, somewhere on the internet, I just try to be careful of that. But, you know, my name is Nick and I'm 38 years old. All right, there we go. Next question. Where do you live? I live in New York State. I do not live in New York City. I live in one of the neighboring cities, but that is why I am East Coast time. I'm sorry if that's not the best for some of you, like when I do streams and stuff, but it is what it is. We all got to deal with time zones because we're all over the place, but I'm still glad we get to enjoy one another's company and play this game together. So yeah, anyway, next question. Who is your favorite Mech Arena player and who do you think is the best? Wow. And this question actually said, do you think you're the best? I definitely don't think I'm the best. They also were saying because, you know, your power is only about 3K or 3,000 for your SP. Now, I've stayed about 3K SP because instead of focusing on like my core mechs to try and get them to like 6-star level 7, which is really resource intensive, I've been trying to test out everything else. And when you do that, it doesn't really raise your SP a whole lot because you're investing like more broadly across everything. But I do that because I want to try stuff, I want to be able to make content, and I want to help you guys decide what you think is best. And sometimes you won't know until you see it like at 5 or 6 stars. So I've mostly invested in that. I have invested in a couple different mechs or weapons a little bit beyond 6-star level 1, like my railgun, because I use it a lot, but I will probably eventually get to like 35 or 3,600. I just haven't done it yet. But yeah, in terms of who is the best Mech Arena player, that is a difficult question because, you know, a lot of us think someone is the best for different reasons. Maybe they have great content. Maybe they play really good on their own and they win a lot. They're just great at playing the game. Maybe they're really good to play on a team. Maybe they're just really fun and they do like fun, cool stuff. There's a lot of different answers probably we could come up with. I'm not sure who I'd say is the best. Some of the ones that were mentioned in this were like Merelik and Reaper, I think Mayor as well, maybe KSO. These are all great players, obviously. So those are some great answers. Honestly, I don't know who I'd say is the best. So, oh, I know who. Little Miss Trouble. She is definitely the best player in Mech Arena because she's my wife. All right, anyway, next question. What is your favorite game aside from Mech Arena? Is there anything aside from Mech Arena? Come on. I mean, of course, it's the best game. No, yeah, there's a lot of games that I've played. I mean, like I said, I'm 38 years old, so I've played probably a lot more than some of you. There is a game that I played back in 2003 that I really love. It's a first-person shooter, but even though I'm not super into first-person shooters, this one was super unique. It was called PlanetSide. Now, you may have heard of PlanetSide 2 that they have now, but this was the first one that came out in the early 2000s. This was a time, this is like the dinosaur era, man. This is when we barely had broadband and some people still had dial-up. But this game, when most other games barely had online play and there was only like 4 versus 4, 16 versus 16. This was a massive, persistent world with hundreds to thousands of players with crazy, massive battles going on. 3 different warring factions that was almost like capture the flag with bases. And it was just like always live, always persistent. It was super cool. There was nothing else like it. I still think there's not a lot like it. So it was almost like, aesthetically, it looked a lot like Halo back in that time. And it had like all different types of weapons and tanks and everything. Super cool game. I still love it. And actually, some people have been trying to create their own private servers to be able to play it. It's called PlanetSide Forever if you're curious, and it's totally free. But it's one that I probably someday will get back into. I haven't really much lately. I've been too busy doing this and loving Mech Arena. But that is definitely one of my favorites to throw out there. But fun question. Next one. All right, who is your favorite YouTuber? Man, there are so many YouTubers. And this person had said, you know, it doesn't have to be a Mech Arena one. It could be other things that are either funny or whatever else that you watch. I'll give 2 ends of the spectrum here of kinds of stuff I watch. Obviously, in the middle somewhere is Mech Arena. I watch a lot of Mech Arena channels that a lot of you do. Thanks for putting out all that content for me and for the rest of the community. But on the other ends of the spectrum, obviously, I love gaming and I like humor. Obviously, who doesn't? So I really enjoy Game Grumps. I think that's super fun. A lot of people know that one. So that's probably maybe an obvious answer. I don't know. But I do really enjoy it. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, I am a Christian and I'm very into understanding and finding out why people believe what they believe. So I get really into like theology and apologetics and look at theism and atheism and different religions and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of other channels I look at and watch are more like in that philosophical, you know, theism type of realm. So very different, right? Opposite end of the spectrum. But if that's ever things that you're interested in, I know obviously we talk about Mech Arena, so probably not. But if you ever want to talk about that kind of stuff or interested about religions and different faiths, have questions, definitely reach out to me. I love having conversations about that stuff and learning about what other people believe and why they believe it. So, all right, next question. What do you use to edit your videos? Again, some people have DM'd me this already, but I use the Adobe programs because that is what I use for work, so I have access to them. But I use Adobe Rush to do my main editing. I also have Adobe Premiere. I mostly do Rush because it's flexible between either mobile devices or your computer. And when I started editing this, I did a lot of it on my phone and just used my computer for like some more specific or higher end videos. I've had issues trying to do it on my phone here and there, so now I pretty much do it on my computer, but I still use Adobe Rush. I've been really happy with the program. To make my thumbnails, I do Photoshop, but otherwise, yeah, I just record with the native function on my phone to get my actual footage with my audio input stuff, and then I just edit that way. So yeah, that's how I do it. That's what's behind the magic, I guess. All right, next question. How often do you play Mech Arena? I do play it every day, of course. I got to do all my daily challenges, and then I try to make sure I complete every event that I can. Sometimes those are a little trickier, or they're just not important to finish, so I don't always focus on those. And then, of course, yeah, I play tourney when I can as well. But there are some days I don't even get like an hour worth of game time. It might only be a half an hour. I mean, typically I try to get in a little bit before I leave for work super early in the morning. Then I get a little bit on my lunch break, and then after, you know, I am home and I've had my day, kids are in bed, I might have some time to either play or make videos. So my game time is probably like somewhere between an hour to 2 hours a day, maybe in there, but it's kind of split up. So that's roughly about what I get to game. I bet some of you get to play more, and I'm super jealous, but that's about what I get to do each day? Good question. Next one. How much money do you make from YouTube? Oh, unfortunately, like next to nothing. To really make money doing this, you probably need to have, I would think, at least 100,000 subscribers, probably even more. Some of these people that survive completely on it are probably much more than that. I'm not even close to that, of course. I'm just doing this as a hobby for fun. I've probably made maybe a couple $100, if that, on it, and I really just use that to put back into the game. I put some money into the game. I know not everybody does, but that's what I do, not only for the developers, but to be able to, try out all the stuff, new stuff, and be able to make content for videos. So everything I make has really just gone back into the game. So yeah, really like nothing, practically zero. But yeah, so if you're looking to do this as a job, have something else to fall back on. All right, next question. What is the first game you ever played? Oof, that is reaching back. It was probably something on Atari. I had Atari, then I had Nintendo, and then I kind of just became a PC gamer. Then it got more expensive as I got older, so I mostly just play on phones now. But back then, it would have been Atari. I don't know what it would have been on Atari. One of my favorite games, I'll say, on Atari was a game called Hero. You're a guy with a little jetpack and dynamite, which I thought was really cool. It was really fun. I loved flying around in it. But I don't know if that was the first game I ever played, but it's one of the first ones I remember on a game system. So I guess I'll say that, but interesting question. All right, let's move on. Does Mech Arena give you permission to give feedback about any topic or event or mech? Absolutely. I can talk about Mech Arena in whatever way I want, whatever items I want to talk about, positive, negative. They give me pretty much free reign to say whatever I want. I will say I'm generally a pretty positive guy, so that's probably why I don't say too many negative things about the game, and I find it really enjoyable. But really, they don't give us any kind of guidelines or stipulations. The only thing they say is that if there are certain things they don't want us to share, that they give us kind of insider information on, they ask us not to. But most of the insider information I have pretty much told you guys. I can think of maybe like one or two minor things I haven't been able to say, but pretty much everything else I've been open about. All of us have, the partner program content creators. So yeah, we're pretty much free to do whatever we want, say whatever we want. So they've really been good about letting us engage with the community however we want. It's been really nice. Yeah, good question. Let's do the next one. What other profession do you do aside from being a YouTuber? As I said, YouTubing does not really pay the bills for me, so I definitely have a full-time job. I am a designer. So I do graphic design, I do video stuff, and I do motion graphics. So really, this is all comfortable space for me. And it was something that I just wanted to do. I just thought would be fun to do. I know somebody else asked me, like, who told you to start a YouTube channel? It was really just something that I thought would be a fun hobby to try. No one really told me to. I kind of just started it myself. But yeah, it being comfortable space for me made it kind of easy for me to get into it, I guess, a little bit. I work for a company as one of the senior designers there, and that pays the bills, unfortunately. Mech Arena and YouTubing does not. So I got to do that stuff. But good question. All right, let's move on. Will you join my clan? I've had a few people ask me to join their clans, which honestly, I'm very flattered. Thank you. I am not the greatest player, as we've already established, so I appreciate being asked. But I have been in a clan for pretty much, I don't know, I've been in a clan for a while. Really, when clans were first kind of talked about, I started playing with a group of guys in No Mercy, and I've been there ever since. Now, I haven't really put tags on or anything like that in game, just because I like to play with everybody. I don't want to be like specific to the clan, but that is definitely home for me. Love playing with those guys. Great group, and that is where I'm going to stay. Sorry. All right, next question. When are you going to do another giveaway? I tend to do my giveaways mid-month, so that would be like next week or probably the week after, somewhere in that range. So that'll be like mid-May, and that's when I plan on doing mine. I try to keep it steady, so I guess keep that in mind for the future. All right, good question though. Next one. Will you be playing other games on your channel? You know, I've thought about this and I would like to. There are other games that I've tried on mobile. Honestly, none have really stuck around as long as Mech Arena for me, but I have been playing the new Summoner's War game called Lost Centuria. That one's really fun, and I've joined a clan in there, but I don't really know how long I'll be staying in that one, and honestly, I just have enough content that I put out for this game that I don't know if I can add more on top of the rest of things that are going on in my life, right? Family and kids and everything like that, work. But if I did, that might be the game I do. I'm not sure, but I don't want to sacrifice, you know, the amount of content I put out for Mech Arena to add a new game unless I really think it's warranted. But that would be fun to do. You know, you guys can let me know other games that you'd like me to try. I may, but honestly, I'm not sure if I can. We'll have to see. But maybe in the future. I don't know. We'll see. Next question. Who gave your first comment and your first subscriber on your channel? Oh, I don't know who my first subscriber is, but my first comment, I believe, was KSO. He had started doing some videos a little bit before me, and then I told him I was starting a channel, so he checked out my first video and left me a comment and just encouraged me to keep making more. So it was really cool back in that day because each of us, you know, could talk to each other. Then his channel just like blew up, and the guy was so busy I didn't really get to talk to him. I'm not sure where he is now. I guess I'm rolling into a different question where people ask where KSO is. I know a lot of people have tried to reach out to him and he hasn't answered. I know that he took a short break, I think for exams, came back and did some videos, and since then, which is probably, I don't know, a couple months ago now, hasn't posted since then, sadly. So I don't know why he is not posting. Maybe he's just taking a break from the game. He's been playing it for a very long time. Maybe just need a much needed rest. So I hope he comes back, but I don't know. We'll see. Either way, it's been awesome having him, and I appreciated all of his encouragement when I started my channel. Look where we are now, right? All right, next question. When will the next update for Mech Arena be? I wish I knew the answer to this question. It is something that I try to ask the developers every so often. I know they had said they intended for global release to hit in spring, and we're in spring, and I think, you know, we're kind of getting up into summer now. So I don't know where they sit with all of that. I have asked them about that, and I think it's very difficult for them to give a solid answer as to where it was. I know they said spring in the sense that they targeted spring. Doesn't always mean that it's going to come out in spring, but that was the latest information we had. So I don't know when the next update will come and if that will even be considered the global release or if it's just going to be the next update. So I wish I could tell you more. It is something that I've asked them. I asked them a lot of questions, really. A lot of times they can't give me definitive answers. But if I get some definitive information that I can share, you know I will, and you know where I will be posting it. All right, next question. What device do you use to play Mech Arena? Boom, just this guy right here. This is all I use, just an iPhone 8. Nothing special about it, really. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I know a lot of people use computers or tablets or use controllers. More power to you, I guess. I've just gotten really used to just playing on this little thing, and I think it's just really comfortable for me. I bet I could do better if I played it on a computer, but I have a Mac, and that isn't really the greatest for doing it with emulation. It's probably much better on a PC, but I don't have a beefy PC for that. Even when I do my live streams, I hook it up to my computer that I have set up right here with this cord, and just boom, go right into it, and that's how I get my live feed. So even when I'm doing live streams, I'm playing on this. I'm not using like BlueStacks or anything, but that is just what's comfortable for me. But yeah. All right, so now we get into the final, most important and burning question of the night. It is, do you prefer cats or dogs? Ooh, this is gonna divide everyone. This is like the most dividing question ever. Yeah, dogs. Probably dogs, yeah. I'm more of a dog guy. I was raised with dogs. Cats are cool. I like them. I feel like they don't care much about me. Dogs, I don't know. I mean, they're also gonna maybe defend me better from intruders than a cat would, but I mean, dogs will try and deal with a burglar. Cats will bring me dead rats. I don't really need that in my life right now, so I'm gonna have to go dog, even though that, you know, some people will probably unsubscribe my channel now because I pick dogs over cats. All right. Anyway, that is it for these questions, you guys. I hope that was informative to you. I hope you appreciated it. And yeah, that was fun for me. And man, I can't thank you guys enough for subscribing, for being here, right? Just for being part of this community, helping to grow this community. Let's just keep doing it, man. I just like that, you know, all the people in here, I feel like people are mostly positive in this game. Yeah, there are things that we get frustrated about the game and whatnot, but I think we all come together. We all like to kill mechs, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, let's just keep doing that. Thank you so much for supporting me, for supporting this game. And as we always say, we will see you out there on the battlefield.